Have you ever imagined finding a letter written by someone you never met, and yet somehow it feels like it was written just for you? A faded letter tucked away in a dusty attic, signed by hands that lived decades before you. And still, they describe your pain with unsettling precision. Today, I want to tell you the story of Clara, a woman like so many of us, quiet, exhausted, trying to hold everything together for everyone, and losing pieces of herself along the way. It all began on a quiet autumn afternoon when Clara decided to clean out her grandmother's house months after she had passed. The attic was the last room. It smelled like time, faded boxes, forgotten portraits, the kind of place where the past still whispers. Clara wasn't sure what she was looking for. Maybe memories, maybe just a way to postpone grief. Then she saw it, a small box wrapped in light-colored cloth. Inside, a carefully folded letter, its paper yellowed, the ink almost vanished. She paused, but something about that old handwriting felt familiar, as if the curves of those letters already knew who she was. The letter began, "To whoever finds these words, I hope time has been kinder to you than it was to me." Clara's chest tightened. She kept reading. "My name is Isadora, and perhaps no one will ever read this, but I needed to write because my pain has grown louder than my silence." Every line echoed something inside Clara. Isadora spoke of a marriage where she felt invisible, of nights spent crying into her pillow while pretending everything was fine, of feeling herself slowly disappear without ever screaming. It was as if Isadora had written Clara's life without ever knowing her. That's when Clara realized the letter wasn't just from Isadora. It was hers. Her mother's, her grandmother's. It was every woman who had been taught to stay quiet. Her hands trembled as she read to the end. "If you're reading this, please write your own story. Give your pain a name. Don't let silence take what still has a chance to bloom." Clara cried, not from weakness, but from finally being seen. She carried the letter in her pocket, walked downstairs, and sat at the same kitchen table where generations had once served others. She took out paper and pen and began to write. But this time it was her letter. She wrote to herself, to the forgotten girl still living inside, to the woman of the future who might one day find her words. She wrote for you, for me, for all of us, because the pain we carry didn't begin with us, but maybe the healing can. Isadora's letter wasn't just a memory. It was a seed, a passage, a silent thread tying those before us to those who will come next. And Clara understood. Her existence didn't need permission, not from time, not from the world, not from pain. The next day, she returned to the attic, placed her letter inside the same box where Isadora's had waited, and she closed it gently, like sealing a ritual. She didn't know who might come after, but she knew someone would need to find it, just like she had. And in that moment, Clara broke a cycle. The cycle of silence, of swallowed pain, of disappearing behind duties and dinners. She understood that some wounds don't heal with time. They heal with truth, with written words, with a bridge between what we've been and who we're still allowed to become. Maybe you're also carrying something that isn't just yours. Maybe this ache in your chest began long before you did. Through your mother's absences, your grandmother's sacrifices, The invisible wars fought quietly by women who never spoke of them. But now, now, and knowing changes everything. Because when a woman finds her voice, she hears the echo of those who came before. And when a woman dares to break the silence, she makes room for others to breathe. You are not alone. You never were. Even if the world called you too sensitive, too soft, too much. There is an ancestry within you made of women who endured, who felt, who stayed quiet, but now through you can speak. So write, whisper, cry, disobey the silence. Because healing begins where someone dares to name the pain, and maybe today. That someone is you. If this story touched any part of your heart, take a deep breath. You just broke an invisible thread that once held you back. And if you'd like to keep walking this path with us, just subscribe to my vessel of light here. Your existence will never need permission.